I'm offering you the wisdom of life, fruit of knowledge.
In this video, we will take a detailed look at the Omnihuman One, the LipSync tool developed by Bytedance, the parent company of TikTok. The model is available on the Dreamina platform, which is owned by CapCut. It generates realistic and natural-looking lip-synced videos from a single reference image. We'll test Omnihuman with close-ups, medium shots, we will take a look at singing performance, and we will try scenes with motion, and compare its performance to other state-of-the-art lip-sync solutions like Hedra's character tree model and Kling AI. Let's get started. You can find link to Dreamina platform on the description down below. Once you register for the platform, you can click on LipSync, and this will take you to a lip-sync mode. On the section left, we have some rendering settings. We will upload our character image here and choose Upload, and my character image is uploaded. The user interface is pretty straightforward. You can use text-to-speech and use one of the custom sounds from Dreamina's sound library. Here you can see a variety of options. For example, here we can listen to the audio previews.
Thanks for trying out LipSync, which brings your text to life and make.
For this example, I will use text-to-speech and hit generate.
Let me tell you something. This changes everything. You're not ready for what comes next.
I find Omnihuman One model's output pretty natural and realistic. One thing you will realize is people on the background, they look kind of static, especially this person here. And this is one particular limitation with Omnihuman One. Even though lip sync is really realistic and natural looking, and gestures look pretty natural, scenes include dynamic elements, looks a little bit static. And here's another example that I use text-to-speech, this time with a close-up shot.
Have you ever stopped to think what it all means? Because once you do, there's no going back.
I think it does a very good job, especially with close-ups. Once you generate your video, you can upscale it to HD using the upscale button here. Additional to text-to-speech, you can upload an audio as well. For this particular example, I'm going to upload a sample I generated using ElevenLabs. And then I hit generate, and here's the result.
It says, don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. I think that's exactly what I needed to hear today.
In this example, she's holding the phone, and even though our shot is from a side profile, model still did a very good job. And one of the biggest challenges with Dreamina LipSync is you cannot prompt any actions for your subject. So we cannot say, for example, character to look at the camera or put the phone away. Another challenge is singing scenes. For this one, I uploaded an image with a character from side profile, which makes it even more difficult for the model. And I'm uploading an audio sample that I generated using Suno AI music generator. And once you generate the scenes, you will realize that it's actually silent. Unfortunately, the platform mutes audio, which includes music. So you will not hear the end result with music itself. But lip sync is there, meaning that the lip synced shot is actually fits to the song you uploaded. Therefore, in a third-party tool, like for example CapCut, you need to combine video and audio together. And here's the end result.
Monster maker, not the beast. On confusion, we've all seized. In the lab with bolts and fire, creator of nightmares and desire.
And last challenge is a scene where my character walks. There is an action on the scene and it's a dynamic scene, and my character talks while walking. Let's see the output.
I keep moving forward, step by step, word by word. The road may twist, but I'm not turning back.
Unfortunately, in this particular example, model didn't quite understand that my character needs to walk. There's also no way to prompt this at the moment. Therefore, it became a very static shot. And Omnihuman One struggles with multiple characters. In this particular example, you can see...
Fruit of knowledge. I'm offering you the wisdom of life, fruit of knowledge.
You can see that both characters in the scene is talking and their lips are moving. So that's another limitation with Omnihuman at the moment. An alternative tool you can use is Hedra. Hedra's character tree model is a pretty good model in terms of lip syncing. So ensure that you selected Hedra character tree model from model selector here. So in this particular case, I uploaded this image of this man, and using audio script button, you can add an audio here. You can generate speech or you can record your own audio. Generating speech option brings you to this window where you can type your script and you can choose a voice. I wrote this sentence and I'm gonna choose a voice.
Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself.
Here's Liam. And you can attach this audio. And cool thing about Hedra is you can actually prompt what's happening in the scene. You can direct your subject. It's not as amazing as Clink or Runway as a video model, but it's still helpful to bring some dynamism to scene. In this particular example, I will send this without prompting anything, and let's see the result.
Tell you something. This changes everything. You're not ready for what comes next. Let me tell you something. This changes everything. You're not ready for what comes next.
Here's on the screen, you can see results from Omnihuman 1 and Hedra together for the same shot. I found both models to be pretty strong. I think most of the time I prefer Omnihuman's output a little bit more. For me, it feels a little bit more natural. Here's the next comparison with a close-up shot.
Have you ever stopped to think what it all means? Because once you do, there's no going back.
In this particular example, again, I'm gravitating towards more the Omnihuman's output. In the end of the day, it's up to your personal choice. Hedra works with audio files as well. Here, I uploaded an audio file from a third-party tool.
It says, don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. I think that's exactly what I needed to hear today.
In this particular example, I like Hedra's output more. It felt more natural, and her movements are a little bit more realistic from my perspective. So Hedra did a good job here. So the confusion with us. And here's a comparison for singing challenge. When it comes to singing, I think Omnihuman did a much better job than Hedra. This may be related to also shot being from a side profile. So I think it's much more difficult for models to render this. And last challenge, walking man talking.
I keep moving forward, step by step, word by word. The road may twist, but I'm not turning back.
Here, Hedra gave me a walking man, but unfortunately forgot to render the rest of the scene, so street is not moving at all. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but it's still an advantage that on Hedra, you can actually prompt for your character's movement. By the way, if you are enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. It helps a lot. Now, let's take a look at Clink. Clink AI's LipSync has a different workflow than Omnihuman and Hedra. Main difference is, if you want to lip sync on Clink, first you need to generate the video. So this change in the workflow changes everything. For example, in this particular case, I uploaded the image of the man and generated the video first with a prompt, man talks naturally while camera is stationary. I had a little bit of coherence issues on the hand here that you will realize some slight problems. But advantage is, look at the background scenery, how dynamic the background is. We had static background problems in the previous tools, whereas on Clink side, this is not the issue. And once you are happy with your output, you hit lip sync, and this brings you to a lip sync user interface. Similar to other platforms, you can upload a local dubbing or you can use text-to-speech with their custom audio library. And once you type the text and choose one of the voices, all you need to do is hitting the generate. And here's the result from Clink.
Let me tell you something. This changes everything. You're not ready for what comes next.
So here you can see results from all three tools. And clearly, when it comes to lip syncing, Omnihuman and Hedra did much better than Clink. But on the other hand, Clink offers a much more dynamism in your scenery, which is a big advantage. Here's the next output from Clink.
Have you ever stopped to think what it all means? Because once you do, there's no going back.
For close-ups, different is not as drastic as medium shots, but even in close-ups, I would still gravitate towards result from Omnihuman and Hedra.
It says, don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. I think that's exactly what I needed to hear today.
And here in the example with woman holding the smartphone, again, Omnihuman and Hedra outputs look a little bit more dynamic than Clink, and Clink output looks a little bit more static in this case. But in terms of how natural lip sync looks, I think difference is not that drastic. It's again a trade-off between how dynamic you want your scene to look like versus how natural you want your lip sync to be. And again, in this example, our characters walking dynamically, but lip sync quality is not as good as Omnihuman and Hedra. It looks very much AI-like and not really natural. If you are already subscribed to Clink, I think their lip sync is okayish. But in comparison to new solutions, it seems a little bit outdated, and therefore they need to update their lip sync solution in order to catch up. Until they update their lip sync, I'll be sticking with Omnihuman on Dreamina platform and Hedra. Hopefully this video was truly helpful for you. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe for more in-depth tutorials. If you want to learn more about future of storytelling and creative intelligence, click here.